What's up, family members and victims? Ace right here. In today's video, I'll be going over some changes I like to see in TCM. Currently have 83 hours played, and I've seen the good, the bad, the ugly. And I kind of want to address the bad and the ugly in today's video. And I also like to come up with solutions to the bad and the ugly. So I'm really curious to see if you guys like my solutions to the problems I present, or if the problems I present maybe you don't find as a problem. I like to have a discussion down in the comments below, but let's get started. So I'm going to start out this video with the main menu stuff and everything not to do with gameplay. So the tutorial I think is really bad. It's a text-based tutorial. It needs to be a better one. The party system, they said they're going to improve it, so I won't be touching on that. But, another thing is the loading times. I think it should be like DBD, where while you're searching for a lobby, you can fix your perks, use your skill tree, use your ability points, all that while you are searching for a game. And once you're in the game, currently as it is, you have to wait 3 minutes unless everyone readies up. Getting some people to ready up seems like quite a chore in this game because people don't get their characters, so they leave. So my solution is have it like DBD while you're searching for a game. You can use your skill points and ability points and change your perks, and then lower the timer down from like 3 minutes to 90 seconds. I feel like that would just help out a little bit. So that's the first part of this video. So the next thing I want to get over is the two victim abilities that I just don't like and I think need a little bit of change. And starting off with Connie. Connie, she can insta-break a lock, and locks aren't replaceable, so I don't really like it. I think a better way for her ability that would still be in the area of lockpicking is she could just summon a lock out of thin air every 3 seconds and just still have the same side effects as she currently does. I feel like that'll be a little bit more healthier for the game instead of speed running through a lock, which isn't replaceable. So that's my suggestion for Connie. The second one is Leland. For a 120-second cooldown to stun, knock down a killer is just crazy, especially at the start of the game when you're Leatherface. It's just like, alright, I found Leland, I already know what's gonna happen. So my suggestions for Leland's ability to get a little bit change is it doesn't affect Leatherface as much. Secondarily, I don't think it should be able to affect two family members at once. I had multiple cases where Leland used his ability and me and someone else was stunned by it. So I think it should only be used on one person. And I think the level 3 time at 120 seconds isn't enough. I think it should be at least maybe 150. Let me know what you think. Changing Leland's ability to 150 only can knock down one person. And oh yeah, another thing. I think it should also start on like a 45-second cooldown, because I remember spotting in on gas station as Leatherface, getting stunned into a stun into a stun. It's just, I think there needs to be a little bit of change right there. So moving on to the family members, we're going to start with a Leatherface, and he has a one-shot ability. I don't know if that should be in the game. Let me down below. It's just, once a victim dies, it just really hurts the other victims, and just getting one-shotted never really feels good, and that just combo just doesn't feel good. So let me know what you think. Another thing with Leatherface is he kind of feels like a support, and he's also very just prone to being bullied. We're going to get to the bullying in a little bit, actually, after we talk about the family members, but he just doesn't feel scary, and he's like a support. I think they need to make him more scary, because not a lot of people right now enjoy playing him. They feel like they're forced to play him. I think people should be fighting over playing Leatherface instead of just being like, well, I don't want to play him, I'm just going to back out of the lobby since no one else wants to. So that's my thoughts on Leatherface. So for the other family members, I have Cook here, who is just able to spam his aura reveal. There's like no cooldown, no timeout for it. You can just spam aura reveal on the same person over and over again. I don't think that should be in the game. Hitchhiker, he's the only way to defend Fuse Box, and you can say Valve too, but you can prevent Val by turning it off, but he is really needed for the Fuse Box, so that's where he kind of fits in right now to the game. We're going to get to the Fuse Box later. Oh boy, are we going to get into the Fuse Box. Sissy being a really strong character, as soon as she's chasing someone, you kind of need to jump in a while to get away from her. My opinions on Johnny is he's probably the weakest in the game right now, because what's the point of a tracking ability if you can't track through a hole in the wall or a crawl space, which victims usually go through. Johnny's best use of his power is really when they're in an area they shouldn't be, like, they open the generator door. You can now go inside, track their footprints, and find them in that building. But, Johnny is very powerful, as if he is on top of you, he does a lot of damage. He has a lot of endurance, so he's going to have fast attack speed and able to do a lot of hits. But I just find his power a little bit weird, that it's a tracking ability and he can't really go and pursue someone. So let's go into a little bit of the cheese of the game right now currently, and that is the doors. You hit a family member with the door, and if you have the perk on, you stun them for 16 seconds. If you don't have the perk, it's 10 seconds. And that's for any family member, including Leatherface, who usually gets bullied in the basement. You gotta think, early on in the game, you are 4v1 against Leatherface, and he can just get absolutely bullied, and it all starts because of the door. I think a simple solution to the door is just, after it hits a family member or a victim, it just simply breaks. Simple solution. Otherwise, what it leads to is you get stunned for 16 seconds, a Leland comes and uses his ability on you, and then other victims come and follow up with sneak attacks. I think there should be a less stun penalty on Leatherface, personally, but it really all starts with the doors. I was able to be trapped in a room for a minute because of a door. They just kept on using it over and over again. It just become this weird mind game where a door was stopping me from being Leatherface and being scary. I just think once the family members hit, the door just breaks. Also, I think you should not be able to pretty much slam the door on your own team. This is weird. I had multiple cases where another family member of mine just opens the door really quickly, and next thing you know, I'm the one to suffer. I don't know if that should be in the game. That's just a little bit weird to me. So now we're going to get on to a little bit more cheese that happens in the game on the victim side of things. You can escape in 2 to 3 minutes, and a lot of that has to do with the fuse box. I think the fuse box needs a little bit of changes. So I come up with a solution. I have two solutions. One of them being the fuses can no longer spawn open out and freely, meaning once you're out of the basement, you can no longer just simply grab one. You need to at least have another lockpick, lock through a certain door somewhere on the map, and then there'll be a fuse there. There's going to be multiple of this door, so there'll be multiple fuse boxes. There needs to be something where you can't have a fuse spawn 5 steps away from the fuse box. There needs to be something you need to do to get the fuse. So I think a locked door where the fuse is locked behind would be a nice solution. Secondly, I think once the fuse has been used, it automatically just disappears and you need to bring a new one. I think these are two changes that would be nice. So if they don't get out the first time, then now you have to go get an entirely new fuse. I feel like these two changes would make the fuse box escape less concerning. So let me know what you think in the comments below. I just came up with this idea right when I'm about to push out this video, but I think maybe the killer should be able to like start slowly destroying the fuse box, which slowly drains the timer. I think right now how fuse box works is you have 45 seconds before it automatically shuts off, and it'd be interesting to see if a family member could go up there and shorten that timer a bit by just hitting it or something. Let me know what you think. Another problem other than the fuse box has to be the water valve. I don't rank it really highly, but when it is used, it is actually pretty powerful. All you need is a water valve. You find the water pump, you put it in, you turn it on, and then you have to wait a little bit for the gate to open. The family members can turn it off, but in most cases, in like slaughterhouse, or even I've seen it in gas station, there is a bone shard spawn literally right next to it. So what the family members try to turn off, well, if you have a Leland, they can use the Leland ability. If not, you have literally free bone shards right next to you. So you just grab a bone shard before they get down there. They're going to start turning it off. You use the bone shard. The bone shard's right there. So by the time the stun animation ends, you already have another one. You could just combo it. Now that you stunned them 2 times, odds are the gate's about to open. So you just run out of there. They're stunned. They're like, well, there was nothing they can do to outplay you there because there's a bone shard spawn right there, as well as just the valve is very easy to get. It should probably be like the fuse box where it is locked behind a certain door on each map. I think that's a simple solution. Just have valve a little bit harder, remove the bone shard spawns away from the water valve, and just let me know what you think about that. So now we're going to go over problems I see on each map, starting with family house and the front yard generator spawn. A victim can just simply jump out the window, make a lot of noise. I go chase them. They jump down the well. Well, now they can go through that window again, make barely any noise, and then just run up to that front generator and kick it. I feel like two changes that I would like to see is one, having that gen spawn removed, and secondly, whenever they jump out a window that's already broken, they still make equal amount of noise or take a little bit more damage. Something needs to be done, because I have had so many instances where they just break the window and then jump out again, and I can't really hear them. I mean, either way, they are literally one lockpick away from that front generator gate, and once they are already kicked it off, it's too late to catch them. So I like to see something done about that. And then obviously in family house, the other problematic thing I see is the fuse box. I mean, we already talked about it, but yeah, that fuse box is really, really bad. I've been able to escape multiple times just by opening the same door, finding the same spawns in the house, so I'm not going to go into it, but fuse box and that gen spawn I think needs to be looked at. So the next map we're going to cover is Slaughterhouse, and the best escape on that map has to be the water valve escape, because the water pump spawns in the basement. All you need is one lockpick to get out. You don't even need another lockpick. You just need to grab the water valve, which has the same spawn locations. You just grab one, run back into the basement. If there are family members there, you take the other OP escape, which is the fuse box. Or alternatively, if they aren't there, you just put in the water valve, turn it on, and then we already covered it. But there's usually a bone shard right near it somewhere, so you just start grabbing a bone shard. And then if they try and turn it off, you just sneak attack them. If there's someone guarding it, then it'll be a little bit more of an issue. But that's two people down in the basement then, so you just go back up and use the fuse box. It's just, water valve on that map's very powerful. Fuse box has the same issues. The door spawns in the same place. Fuse is very easy to get to. They can't turn it off once it's on, so that slaughterhouse is pretty good with terms of car battery and generator, in my opinion. It's just the fuse box and valve just being really annoying on this map. And the last map on the list is gas station. So this is a little bit of an interesting map, because this is where I got the fuse box idea from, because I saw the fuse spawn 5 steps away from the fuse box, which is an issue because you can have a bone shard on you, so you can disarm if there's a hitchhiker trap. You can have a lockpick to unlock it, and then you just need to walk 5 steps to get the fuse and 5 steps back. And it's very easy to turn on the fuse. So yeah, the fuse box issue on this map. Water valve is also pretty good, because I've seen a bone shard spawn right behind the water valve. And then you also have that interesting generator issue on the main road, because the generator you don't even need. All you need to go is inside the gas station, lockpick one door, and you're out. I don't know why that's a thing. I think they should have the generator lead to the gate and turn the gas station into a area where you can get fuses and water valves behind a locked door. But it's just weird just having a door lead out into the main road. The generator is just there for decor. It's just a little bit weird. I would like to see that gas station used so it really feels like the gas station from the movies. It just can't be an extra 5 escape on the gas station map. It's just a little bit weird. So that's all I have for this video, guys. Let me know in the comments below if I missed anything, or you have some comments on what I addressed in this video and how you like it, or how you think it should be instead of the way I presented. Also, if you liked the video, leave a like. If you are interested in more daily TCM content, hit that subscribe button. If you're interested in live content, I stream 5 to 7 times a week on Twitch. Link in the descriptions. Have a wonderful day. Peace.